Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me say what's good to everybody in the building today. I hope you guys had a wonderful evening. All things, good morning. Ray Patterson, good morning. On the money line, what's good with you, sir? How you feeling? Kirk Jones, what up, man? Gabe Toss in the building, what's happening? Ralph Chestnut, good morning, Fanon in chat. Happy hump day and salute to you, my guy. Yeah, it's hump day, bro. I feel it today. I feel a hump day today, man. I am what you call dragging today. It's cold in Texas. Didn't snow this winter in Texas, though, so far. What up, Kirk? Big Kirk in the building. Mr. Miles said, good morning, Martin, in the chat. Hope everyone is doing well. Man, I hope the same. Denali Smith, good to see you again. My man said, my man's Fanon, salute. Salute to you, sir. Salute to you. I got my stripes on today. What's going on let me slow down, man. Let me slow this down, man. Hitman Broncos, good to see you, bro. What's good? Joseph Robinson in the building. Blaze Boxing, shoot, bang. What's good? VA Bella Buttes in the house. Good morning. Donald Berry, what's going on? Good morning. Thank you for the good morning. Good morning to you. Big Block, good morning. Jeremy Austin, what's good? How you feeling? Kurt Hurd, as always, good to see you, man. We getting rolled by snow here. Oh, man. Man, I kind of miss getting snowed out, man. It's been a while since I've been snowed out. What's going on, DH? How you feeling this morning, man? I need a break from the mainstream. What's happening? What's happening? I'm sure I already saw my man Control LeGrew. What up, man? Ray Patterson. Okay, that's everybody in the building. Well, today I'm going to be talking about Terrence Crawford being a sellout. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to call Terrence Crawford a sellout today. Yes, I am. I'm going to call Terrence Crawford a sellout. I am going to say that Gervonta Davis is now, they have an official Gervonta Davis leftover. They have an official Gervonta Davis leftovers tournament going on. And despite the fact that Gervonta Davis has already beaten these guys and didn't get any credit for it, they're all getting credit for fighting each other, though. What's going on? What is this? Sage. Yes, Sage. Good morning. It's nice in LA, 60 degrees. Ice is up and about. Boxing is in turmoil. Boxing is not in turmoil. Boxing is doing just fine. They are trying to we know that you don't like Bud. Fanon, we don't care. Dude, what are you talking about? You don't care. You're up here. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and you're listening to me talk to you. You care very much. Obviously. Obviously you care, because otherwise you wouldn't have came here to tell me that you don't care. So thank you for going out of your way to turn on your computer, turn on my page, look at me, talk to me. And since you know I don't like Bud, you keep coming back to hear it. I know you like me. But anyway, I'll do you a big favor, bro, and go ahead and toss you. Let me go ahead and throw you up out of there for being a smart ass. No, Bud is a sellout. And I'm telling you, bro, I've been paying very close attention to Muhammad Ali lately. I've paid attention to the history of boxing, the history of the sanctioning bodies, the attempts by boxers, specifically black boxers, to be able to live and be able to make a considerable amount of money. People fought very hard for that to be the case. And because of the powers that be in boxing, or the powers that are trying to be in boxing, they are trying to change that model. They are trying to change the model from bunch of fighters make a bunch of money, right, to fighters don't make a lot of money, but the people that put the fights on always make a lot of money. They are tired of, they don't want to be in the business where if they have a fight and 10 years from now, and it's $100 million fight, they don't want to have to give 80 million of that to the fighter. They want to give about 1.5 million to the fighters, and they want to take the other 98 million, absorb it in cost, and become very, very wealthy men and be able to make a considerable amount of money off boxing for a long period of time. The businessmen are trying to take over boxing, and they're trying to take boxing out of the hands of the boxers. Because as of right now, in large part, the careers of a boxer can be determined by the decisions that he makes, but not the way that they're trying to move boxing. The way that they're trying to move boxing is to where you have one organization that you can fight for. You're going to fight under their rules. You're going to be fighting under the amount of money that they're going to pay you. And you're going to be fighting doing who, what, when, and why, what they tell you to do. It's just going to be that simple, man. And yes, you guys are selling out, bro. You are. Because whenever you support, if you support TKO and Ring Magazine taking over boxing and getting rid of the sanctioning bodies, then you're selling out. You absolutely positively are. I'm not saying that you can't get rid of a sanctioning body or two sanctioning bodies, but you do need the function of a sanctioning body. Somebody that is not paying the fighter directly, somebody that is somewhat independent, right? Somewhat independent in their rankings and in the way that they organize the fight. You don't get paid by the WBC. They're trying to change it where you pay, instead of you paying a fee to the WBC, the TKO is going to pay a fee to you. And just like when you were paying the fee to the WBC, you made the bulk of the money. When they pay a fee to you, the boxer, they're going to make the majority of the money. And why is that? Because they're taking on all the risk. When they say it's our organization, we're putting in the financial, we're putting in the health care, we own the facilities, we're paying for the fights, we're doing all of that stuff. So you're not taking any risk compared to the financial risk that we're talking about. Businessmen don't care about your physical risk that you're taking. They care about the financial risk that you're taking. And from their perspective, you're not taking any financial risk. You're getting it despite them taking on the financial risk. Because when you go in the fight, as long as you win, you get paid. What's the financial risk on that? But if the fight doesn't sell, there's not enough money in there, they can wind up losing money, but you lose money. So they're trying to shift that to where the boxer makes less money and the media guy makes more money, the promoter makes more money, the managers, what manager? Because you're not even going to need a manager. They're going to get rid of the managers. You see what I'm saying? How long have they been trying to get this done? I mean, I really think that they've been trying to get it done for, I think people have always tried to have a monopoly in boxing. But for them to be I don't think that there's ever been I think it's a confluence of things, if you ask me. Eon BS said, every time I tap in, every time I get a Fanon live notification, because you will appreciate how real Fanon is when it's all said and done. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I'm not lying, bro. Said, really trying to destroy boxing with that shit. I'm just telling you, they're really going to ruin it for fighters. You're just going to be, but everything that Terrence Crawford had complained about seeing old fighters, the situation that old fighters were in, where they don't, they don't have suits, they can't afford new suits, they crash out. Bro, at least they at some point in time in their career made millions of dollars. What you're working towards and supporting with Turkey Al-Sheikh, bud, is fewer and fewer people ever making that money. So they're just going to get the shit beaten out of them, not have anything left over. They're not going to, please spare me any fucking real talk about them doing any type of pension plans or anything like that, because anytime they start talking about pension plans, winds up the pension plan is there, wait a couple years, and then somebody's going to try to steal the money. But man, I'm telling you, man, I just think that I just find this stuff to be very, very interesting, man. You got Devin, like, look at what's going on in the 140-pound division or the 147-pound division. For Gervonta Davis not to have been fighting anybody in his career, for him not to have any notable wins in his career, damn if he didn't already fight everybody at 147. He fought more contenders at 140 and 147 than anybody else did. It's amazing to me, man, how they trying to concoct that, man. You got Devin Haney, who's trying to fight Mario Barrios, but Mario Barrios is already fighting Ryan Garcia. And Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, Gervonta didn't fight either one of them. Fanon, They are about to make it like Gladiator 2. Turkey's playing the role of Denzel. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it, bro. The fights are going to get bloody. The fights are going to get unskilled because they want to see, these rich people want to see you get beat to death, bro. There's not been a death in the ring in a long time. And I'm quite sure that they are willing to really want that shit to hurry up. But yeah, exactly. But they say he's not fighting anybody. I mean, it's pretty amazing that literally there's a tournament going, an unofficial tournament at 147 going on where Gervonta Davis has already beaten the majority of the people in the division. But yet he's not fought anybody. You know what I mean? It's pretty fucking amazing, bro. He said they tripping. I'm saying, man, look, bro. You know, it's kind of like how people voted for Democrats. They always voted for Democrats. I don't talk about my politics, but I know who the main people responsible for pumping jobs out of the United States is Democrats. Democrats are pumping away jobs outside of the country. That's what I've always got the sense of. They want to be globalists and allow free and open trade in between nations and all of that stuff, which ultimately means it's going to drive down the amount of money that manufacturers are paid in the United States. But you always get, that's why they say that the USA is for sale. Because if you wave some money in front of any useful idiot like Bud Crawford, he's going to take it. But anyway, it is. They hate Tank because he's better than them. They are jealous and want his spot, hence why they always say Tank didn't fight anyone. Yeah, Tank didn't fight anybody, but you're trying to fight the people that he fought. Notice the sport they decided to attack. Why not golf? What are you talking about? Why not golf? They attacked golf when Tiger Woods was there. They did Tiger Woods terrible. That's all right because Fanon, did you hear what Paulie Malignaggi said about Tank? He said Tank only fights pizza delivery people and FedEx workers. So that means Ryan Garcia is a pizza delivery worker. That means the WBC champion at welterweight is a delivery man. The WBA champion at 147 pounds is a delivery man. Pitbull Cruz is a delivery man. Lamont Roach is a delivery man, bro. Like, come on, man. Paulie, hey, but guess who Paulie celebrated? Paulie was celebrating Lamont Roach, though. Paulie Raleigh, how could he possibly be fighting better competition, man? Fuck Paulie, bro. Like, seriously, that's all I can say, man. I'm trying to be nice, man. I'm trying to be nice, have good conversations, good boxing conversations. I want to join the mainstream, man. He said Shakur is fighting better competition. Who? Shakur literally has not fought anybody. He fought Jamel Herring. He fought Oscar Valdez. That's it. He fought William Zepeda. What the fuck is so good about William Zepeda? William Zepeda lost to Tevin Farmer twice, in my opinion. No, Shakur's competition has not been. They give people credit for saying they want to fight. Oh, I want to fight you. I want to fight you. I want to fight you. Then the fight doesn't happen. But because they said they wanted to fight you, they get some type of credit for winning the fight. We don't do that around here, man. And I'm not saying Shakur got to be the weakest champion in boxing history. Not even close. Absolutely not even close. Shakur's not close to the weakest boxing champion of all time. The weakest boxing champion of all time is probably, I don't know, man. It's kind of tough. Paulie Malignaggi, probably. I'll say Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi is probably the wackest champion that I've ever seen. Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi made Devin Haney look like fucking Sonny Liston. I mean, I don't think that there's anybody that I've seen with less talent as a world champion than Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi is absolutely positively terrible. So for him to be talking, bro, shut up, Paulie. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? What up, Average Joe? Yeah, Paulie's probably the worst champion I've ever seen. I think I'll put him up there, man. Hell yeah, Branson said AB whooped his ass and took his girl. Yeah, Paulie's one of them, you know, in my opinion, one of them racist wannabe white boys. Because he ain't a white boy, really, you know? Because, you know, really, Paulie Malignaggi's not white. Paulie Malignaggi wants to be white so bad. But Paulie's not white, bro. Paulie. Hey, Paulie, tell him, Paulie. Tell him you're not white, Paulie. Tell him the truth, Paulie. Paul, them Sicilians know they ain't white, bro. But he wants to be one bad. He want to fit in bad. Paulie's a clown, man. Paulie just talking outside of his neck, man. I ain't tripping on what Paulie got to say. Paulie just talking out the side of his neck, bro. Average Joe said Paulie used to massage his opponents to sleep. Man, Paulie Malignaggi is just, I mean, he was like a skitter bug in the ring, man. He was like, dude, that dude was terrible, man. He's just not a good fighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. You know, if there is such thing as a world champion being whacked, bro, Paulie, it's somewhere between you and Chris Algieri. Like, I don't know which one was which. Who was the worst champion? Chris Algieri, or was it Chris Algieri, or was it Paulie Malignaggi? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Chris Algieri probably would have put some hands on Paulie Malignaggi. Chris Algieri had a little more. I think Chris Algieri, two dudes that couldn't punch to save their life. But, I don't know. Interesting. Who's the worst champion? They would tell you that Deontay Wilder is the worst champion. That's what the UK dudes would do. UK dudes would be like, the worst champion ever is Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder never beat a top 10 opponent ever in his life. Deontay Wilder was a world champion. How did he not beat a top number one? He beat the champion to win the belt. Yeah, but the champion wasn't a top 10 fighter. The champion is not a top 10 fighter, bro. A champion is not, man, we should go down memory lane on some of the dumbass arguments that these people made to destroy boxing over the course of the last 7 years. Like, what were the most consistent and lies that were spread by the boxing media over the course of the last 7 or 8 years? I'm going to take a note. White people, no, he's not white, bro. Paulie is not white. He's Sicilian. Sicilians are not white, bro. Sicilians are Sicilians. Paulie is a Sicilian. Paulie is not white. Paulie is a Sicilian. Sicilians are not white. Sicilians are descendants of the Moors. Sicilians are not white, bro. Sicilians are not white. Jewish people are not white. Either one of those groups. Where would I rank Arthur Beterbiev as far as what? I would probably rank him as the top light heavyweight right now. I think he's better than I would rank him number one at that weight. What's wrong with being white? Did I say anything was wrong with being white? I just said he ain't white and that he wants to be white. I didn't get that from a movie, fuck, nigga. I got that from history, bro. They put it in a movie, fuck. Like, stupid. The Moors took over Italy, bro. I didn't get that from a fucking movie. I got that from a history class, dog. What are you talking about? The Moors were black. The Sicilians. Why don't you just look at a Sicilian, stupid? How about that? Why don't you just look at Paulie? Look at Paulie. Look at Paulie. If Paulie stays in the sun for 25 minutes, bro, that dude is going to turn into, I bet you money, Paulie Malignaggi can get my color. If you put Paulie Malignaggi in the sun and stick him in the sun, bro, that dude is going to get all kind of brown, bro. But True Romance, yeah, dog, I'm sorry. I don't get my history from movies. I knew that shit before the movie came out. But that's a fact, bro. Italians were not white. Irish people were not white. Jewish people were not white. Thank you very much. There's different gradations of white people. The white people are the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. They're called WASPs. White Anglo-Saxon Protestants. Englishmen in the Church of England. Then it was expanded inside the United States to include the Scots and the Irish. They were given the rights of an Englishman in the late 1600s. They were given the rights of an Englishman because racism in the United States was built off the penal system in Europe. Thank you very much, bro. I don't need your True Romance stories to teach me history, bro. I am a educated man. Thank you very much. Bro, I already answered that question. I'm not going to answer it again. Bro, white is a political economic tool is what it is. It's a political economic designation is what it is. Other than that, it ain't got a lot of weight. Anyway, Jamel said, weakest champion I've seen are those fools, monster. Anyway, been fighting. I mean, well, generally speaking, the weakest champions are going to be down at 112, 115, 118 because they don't really have anybody to fight against, you know? Bro, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to throw you out of here. I don't know anything about Jake Paul being anything, bro. Jake Paul is not a good fighter. I mean, just what do you want to be here for? If Rome conquered Great Britain and also crusaded into 40 nations, isn't America but a group of enslaved people? If Rome conquered Great Britain and also crusaded into 40 nations, isn't America? I don't get what the fuck you're talking about on that shit. I'm going to leave you alone, bro. You guys don't bring that muddled shit to me, bro. I don't like that muddled shit. All right? If was a fifth. I'm not trying to hear it. The fact of the matter is I'm from the United States. And it is what it is. You know a white person when you see a white person. Don't act stupid. You know that there's some black people that look just like white people, but they're not white people because they're not white. They've got a little black in them, so that makes them black. That's what the rule is. That's what the rule is. And we're all human beings at the end of the day. All I'm saying is that Paulie Malignaggi is an Uncle Tom. That's what I'm calling Paulie Malignaggi. He's an Uncle Tony. Out here trying to sell out Americans, bro, to them dudes. I'm just telling you, bro. I'm not one of these dudes, man. I don't need Tariq Nasheed to educate me. I don't have to. I'm not sitting around listening to Umar Johnson, homie. I learned that shit before they learned it. You know what I mean? It's like listening to that stuff is like listening to people learn stuff 20 years after you learn it, and then they're trying to like reinvent the fucking wheel by teaching you shit you already knew. Anyway, is Usyk a top? God, get the fuck out of my chat, bro. I'm not selling that shit. Go on, man. Get somewhere with that shit, man. Bro, we're not talking about Alexander Usyk. Stop trying to redirect my conversation, man. And hell no, to answer your question, hell no. Can somebody unblock K Subial 18, if you wouldn't mind? Hell no, he's not a top 3 heavyweight all time, bro. Alexander Usyk is not a top 3 heavyweight of this century, let alone all time, bro. Come on, man. You had a bunch of UK bums. He beat a bunch of UK bums. That's what Alexander Usyk did. Fanon, did you hear the Congressman Randy Fine? I don't give a fuck, TY. Fuck Randy Fine. No, I didn't hear him talk about that situation. They're going to use that situation as a way to shut down the fucking belts. Fuck Randy Fine. He's not going to do shit. I don't give a fuck about Randy Fine. Randy Fine ain't they can pass that Muhammad Ali Revival Act. It's not going to do shit. They're not going to repeal the Ali Act, and ain't nobody going to get in and do any business with fucking TKO. Bro, fuck Randy Fine. Yeah, I know who the fuck he is. I heard him talking about that. He probably is going to go out there. Look at all the injustices what the commissions are doing. They're charging all this money. Yeah, but the fucking problem is, Randy Fine, Terrence Crawford made $50 million. Terrence Crawford made $50 million and didn't want to pay $300,000 in a fee. The fuck are you talking about? The man had I don't care. Anyway, do what you guys want to do. You dummies are the one that are ruining boxing, not me, bro. Like, you guys are some fucking sellouts, bro, for real. You guys are some deep-seated fucking sellouts, dog. Really. You guys want to throw the sanctioning bodies under the fucking bridge. You want to throw the sanctioning bodies under the bus, even though you guys have been relying on the sanctioning bodies to get over on boxing your entire career. Terrence Crawford is a WBO baby if there's ever been a WBO baby. Terrence Crawford got a shot after shot after shot after shot at the WBO. The fucking WBO went through all kind of shit to try to strip somebody at the WBO at 154 so Terrence could fight for it. People, the sanctioning bodies bent over backwards for Terrence Crawford his entire career. Like, exactly. He knew the fucking fee before he took the fight. Fuck Randy Fine. Like, seriously, what do I care about some podunk ass congressman sitting out there? And what is he, from Florida or something? You guys get some dude to sit there and try to sell out young black men. I don't care. I know who you're trying to take advantage of, Randy Fine. You're trying to take advantage of poor blacks and poor Mexicans. And I'm sure Randy Fine is perfectly fine with taking his contributions, taking whatever type of shit he get to put at risk the lives and the livelihoods of a bunch of poor Mexican kids, poor black kids, poor white kids that are trying to make it out, dreaming of being the next Muhammad Ali, dreaming of getting the money like Gervonta Davis, dreaming of getting the money like Terrence. But Terrence is going to sell the whole dream out because he got his money. Terrence is a fucking sellout. That's what the fuck he is. He's a sellout. And I maintain that's selling out, bro. That's a sellout. You know full well you guys are leading people down a path that are going to result in them not making nearly the money they used to make. Nearly the money. And you are the poster boy as long as you get your paycheck, bud. You're a sellout, bud. A flat out 100% sellout. You are selling out Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali didn't have to do any of that shit. He did not have to do that. He did not have to try to stand out there and get and support reforms that help fighters not get ripped off. You want to create a whole structure while Turkey Al-Sheikh and them get to rip off fighters because they're taking the financial risk, because that's what they're going to say. They're going to say, look at all the money that we're spending. Look at all the money that we're spending. We deserve the return on investment, not the fighter. That's what they're going to do to you all. And Terrence Crawford is going to be the useful idiot walking down the street holding the fucking pole for that shit. But that's okay. Man, get the fuck out of here. Every time you niggas want to preach at me, bro, what is this shit? We as a whole must learn to stop judging. Bullshit. You have to judge things in your life. What kind of dumb shit is that, bro? You guys just say stupid shit. What does that mean? We must to learn to stop judging. No, we don't. If you look at a circumstance and you know it's fucked up, you can judge it to be a fucked up circumstance. I can look at what you're doing and say, bro, you're doing this for the check, but you're not paying any attention to what the downstream consequences are. Are you telling me if I see a drug dealer sitting out on a corner selling crack to kids, I'm not supposed to judge him? I'm just supposed to sit back and listen to him? Who are you, fucking Claymore Rain or somebody? Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to judge the shit out of you. And I'm judging Terrence Crawford as being a sellout. Because if they're going to try to use Terrence Crawford not paying that money as the animus to tear down the sanctioning bodies and empower, man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. I don't even want to talk to you, bro. Like, seriously, bro, go away with that cornball shit, man. Take that cornball shit away from me, your holy grails and all that crap. No, man, stop selling. You're selling people out, man. You are. If you do not support the sanctioning bodies if you support TKO over the sanctioning bodies, you're a sellout, because those sanctioning bodies are the ones that gave you your championship belts. They're the ones that put on the fights that got you to where you are today. And there's a lot of other little fighters that need those sanctioning bodies to get their presence and get them opportunities to earn a living making a fight. But you want to shrink it all down into TKO so that all of the events and all is with that bullshit. Okay. Yes, he made a video dissing the IBF when he got stripped, and then he turned around and complimented the IBF for stripping him. Nicole Queen said, salute, Martin. I hope you're doing well. I am. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Yeah, the WBC belt, the WBC has given you your platform, or the WBO gave you your platform, bud. That's what they did for their money. They gave you that platform. What do you get from having the WBC? You got to be called a champion to the world. And now that you got champion, once you got to be champion 5-6 times, all of a sudden it's not important for you? Well, guess what? It's still important for somebody else. What he should do is shut his mouth and pay his fees. That's what he should do. Terrence Crawford should shut the fuck up and pay his fees. because he knows damn well that he already agreed to pay the fee before he tried to renegotiate it down. What he should do is stop being so fucking petty. No, they were not charging him more than normal. No, they were not. No, they were not charging him more than normal. They gave him, of course, the money is going to be more than normal because he made a $50 million fight. That's why the money got bigger, because Bud earned $50 million in a fight. So yes, you get a percentage. It's on a percentage basis. It's not a fucking flat fee. It's a percentage basis. But guess what? When Bud was a fucking nobody and his WBO sanctioning fees weren't shit, guess who was helping him out? The big money guys that had the WBO belt. Manny Pacquiao had the WBO belt, was paying all those fees. No, not 3%, bro. Fuck you, King. You're a goddamn lie. Fuck out of here. 0.6%, you liar. 0.6%, you liar. That's all you guys do is ask questions to lie. Get out of here. You lie in your questions. You lie in your questions. Trying to get up here and spread that it was 3%. No, it wasn't. It was 0.6%. It was roughly $300,000 fee on $50 million, and he tried to chintz him and talk him down. Bud wasn't trying to not pay the fee at all. He just wanted to talk the fee down. And guess what the WBC thinks? No. Man, you a goddamn lie. He was overcharging. Fuck out of here. You niggas just want to lie, you pieces of shit. Like God dog, blue blood, you lying sack of shit. Like, damn, dude. Dude, I'm seriously, man. I'm going to talk to you liars for a second, bro. Do you ever feel guilty about the lies that you said? It's called 0.6%. 0.6%, not 0.6. 0.6%. That is it is 0.6%. It's not 1%. It's 0.6 of 1.1%. It's a little over half a percentage point. That's what it is, a little over half a percentage point. And everybody knows that you get to negotiate your fees, but you negotiate your fees before the fight, bro. Thanks, Martin, for remembering my comment. Yeah, oh, by the way, Uncle Dre's finest, bro. Why are you saying I'm not in my deal, bro? It's no, they already told him the percentage ahead of time, bro. Bro, beat it, dog. You're not Owelling me, nigga. Go away. Okay? Go away, bots. You are not welcome in this conversation, you bots. Like, I think I'm like one of the only people that actively do not want you people in my live stream. I really, really do not want you here. That's why we have a lot of wrenches and why we block people so fast. You guys want to continue your misinformation campaign all over the place. You guys are liars, bro. Terrence Crawford tried to scam his way out of a fee. And you guys, by trying to renegotiate his way out of a fee, he tried to renegotiate it after the fact. The WBC took his belt. Now you got some blowhard politician in Florida talking about this is an example of corruption. Why should Terrence Crawford have to pay $300,000? Where does this money go? Bro, Terrence Crawford is paying the fees for the other sanctioning bodies. He's not asking where the fees are going. He's talking about the amount of the fee, and that is it. Bro, get the fuck out of my face, bro. Like I said, you guys, I'm not emotional. You guys are what you call bots, bro. Beat it. I am perfectly emotional, bro. I am perfectly emotional, which is why you bums have to come talk to me. If I'm too emotional, go away so you don't have to hear this. But you know what the problem is? The problem is that my logic is penetrating. Let me repeat this. The problem is that my logic is penetrating. Bud Crawford need to shut the fuck up and pay his sanctioning fees. That's what he should do. Point blank. Because that's what all the other fighters do. Because you're a multimillionaire, bud. You got made a multimillionaire off the system that is currently in place, bud. The system in place works very, 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 very good for you. It works terrific for you. But yet you want to penny pinch them when you get your highest payday, bud. Bud, you're a terrible negotiator and a terrible person to do business with. And you're a sellout, bro. Bro, Swaggy beat it, bro. No, I cannot. If you're new, watch this. Can you explain what the sanctioning and fees are for I'm new to boxing? Bro, the sanctioning fees are used so that the WBC can operate its business. The sanctioning fees work the same way as any other thing you're charged for. People charge you money so they can pay their bills. That's what's happening with the money. The fuck? Do you go into McDonald's, order a hamburger, and then turn around and ask them where the money's going for the hamburger? Is that some excuse for you not to pay it because you don't know where the money's going? Get the fuck out of here. You know where the money's going. The money's going into the WBC's bank account, and they're going to pay the fees that they need to pay. Last time I checked, I've never seen Mauricio Suleiman taking private jets all over the place, bro. I've never seen Mauricio Suleiman look like he's walking around with $50 million in his hands. Seriously, bro, you know what the sanctioning fees go to. They go to the operations of that organization, like every other fee that gets charged. The question is, bud, did you get the benefit of the bargain? Yes, you did, bud. They said you can fight for our WBC championship. Yes, you can. They approved it, bud. They didn't say no, bud. You can't fight Canelo. You cannot fight Canelo for our belt. You didn't hear that, bud. They didn't tell you no. They didn't say, bud, you're only a 154-pounder. No, we're not going to let you fight 168. They said, we'll let you go to 168, bud, didn't they? Didn't the WBC approve you fighting at 168? Yes, they did. That means you got the benefit of your bargain. So what the fuck are you asking where the money goes for? Fuck you talking about? If you go buy a sack, you're not going to go quiz the dude that sold you the sack and say, where's your money going? You only care if you get charged a reasonable price, and you're getting charged a reasonable price for what they let you have. They let you fight for undisputed in your third division. They let you get that. They didn't stand in the way of that, bud. So pay the fucking money, bud. Don't want to hear that shit. Seriously, bro, I'm not trying to hear that shit. You dudes got the benefit of the bargain from the WBC. Yes, you did. You're holding the belts like this in front of the world, saying, I'm the best fighter in the world. That's the benefit of the bargain that you get for paying the WBC. I don't give a fuck if you can play him on him or not. Pay him. Who the fuck cares? Pay him. I don't care if you complain. You can complain about the fees all you want. I don't care. The only people, Mayweather complained about it when Mayweather got a lot of money. Spence complained about it when Spence got a lot of money. Bud complained about it when Bud got a lot of money. None of them would have got a lot of money if it wasn't for the people that they were paying the fees to. And it's okay. And let me tell you something else. It is okay to ask the WBC, what are you doing for fighters? How are you helping fighters? That's a reasonable question to ask. What are they doing to help fighters? But bro, don't act like you don't know where why do you know why you're paying those fees? Man, hey, don't choke, bro. Don't choke, bro. Fuck off, bro. Like, seriously, bro. Man, I didn't miss Oscar when he complained. I don't care about people complaining about sanctioning fees. I don't care. So what that he complained about what the fees were? I don't care. The fact of the matter is Oscar De La Hoya is worth about $250 million, and every one of his fights after a certain point were sanctioned by those sanctioning bodies. Oscar De La Hoya is worth $200, $300 million. Why in the world why would he be complaining about the sanctioning fees? I mean, I need to understand this. You made $200 million, $250 million. What do I care about you paying about your sanction fees for? Man, I don't give a shit about, man, leave me alone with that dumb shit, bro. I'm banning you niggas. I think I'm not selling any turkey fighters. That's what I think. I think I'm not selling any turkey fighters. You guys can take Jai Opetaia and go over to Bug Eyes channel and let him lie to you and say he's got 60,000 people in there watching Jai Opetaia. Bro, I'm not into make-believe. I don't give a fuck about Jai Opetaia. I'm just being honest with you. That is not an important discussion right now. What is important, though, is U.S. boxing. Yes, it is. And you guys are being led by these people leaving the comments, too. I just want to understand. Why can't we give all the money to TKO? Can you please understand how this doesn't work better? I mean, if all of the sanction bodies go away and Dana White totally controls boxing and they put you on slave labor contracts, bro, I'm not answering none of your questions, bro. You can ask questions to you purple in the face. Fuck off. There's plenty of things wrong with the WBC. There's plenty of things wrong with the WBA, plenty of things wrong with the WBO, plenty of things wrong with the IBF. Just like there's plenty of things wrong with TKO, plenty of things wrong with the UFC, plenty of things wrong with IBM, plenty of things wrong with Amazon Prime, plenty of things wrong with DAZN. I can name problems all over the place, bro. My question is, are you putting us in a better or worse position if you're allowed to have TKO running boxing? Let me draw a comparison for you, okay? I am an older man, right? I'm 56 years old. My blood pressure is a little high. I'm going bald. You know what I mean? I'm not quite as virile as I used to be. Maybe I should jump off a bridge. Maybe I should just jump off a bridge. Do you see what I mean? Let me draw a comparison for you. In this case, I am the sanctioning bodies. And in this case, jumping off a bridge is TKO. So just because my beard is going gray and my hair is going bald, I got high blood pressure, that does not mean that I should jump off a bridge. Okay, I got plenty of problems. I got a bad knee. I got a bad ankle. Maybe I should just jump off a bridge because that'll solve all my problems. Because if I jump off this bridge, hey, I won't have high blood pressure anymore. I won't have bad knees anymore. I'll be with God and I won't have to worry about anything. Okay? You get my example? No, there is a possibility of having a problem and going from bad to worse. What you're trying to do is go from bad to worse. Okay? Because watch, when we had one sanctioning body, we had problems when there was one sanctioning body. Then there became two sanctioning bodies and we had more problems. Then they added 3 sanctioning bodies and we had more problems. Then we have 4 and then we had more problems, right? But go back. Let's go back to before the sanctioning bodies. Let's go back to the time in boxing history, which you guys cannot do, before there was a WBA, before there was a WBC, before there was an IBF. Do you know what there was? There was the mob. There was the mob. And the mob controlled boxing, specifically out of New York City. They controlled it. And guess what happened to boxers? They got exploited terribly bad. Terribly bad. Then guess what happened? A young athlete came around by the name of Cassius Clay. When Cassius Clay won the Olympics, because y'all don't understand the history. Bud is not questioning the amount. Get the fuck out of my channel, bro. Bud, pay the money. You question before you agree, Bud. You don't lie, Bud. You knew the amount of that fee. You're a fucking lie if you said you didn't. You are far too much of a naggy bitch to not know how much you're getting paid, bro. You sat there and nagged Turkey Al-Sheikh for his people for 9 hours, bro. Finish the history, please. Yeah, okay, I'll go back to the history. So then guess what happened? The mob ran boxing up until the 1950s. In the late 1960s, Cassius Clay got a one-of-a-kind contract. Listen to this. He got a one-of-a-kind contract from the Kentucky mob. The Kentucky mob gave him a trust for his money. They gave him a salary and they gave him a trust. He was the first professional athlete to get a boxer to get paid a salary, draw on his sales, and to have it put in trust for him. Then, guess what he did? He took that and became the richest athlete ever. He helped found Top Rank. He helped found Don King Promotions. He pushed for fighters to make ridiculous amounts of money, which they did. He was not a bitch. He didn't say 50. He said $5 million for me, $5 million for George. He didn't say 100% for me. I'm the A side. None of that. He passed the Muhammad Ali Act to ensure that promoters and managers could not collude to rob from fighters. Let me repeat. Two things the Ali Act does. It gives a ranking system, right? Legit ranking system. So if you're a good fighter, you get ranked. That's what it's there for. It's also there to make sure that a promoter does not collude with a manager to negotiate against you. That was protecting the finances of a fighter. It's also protecting the future of a fighter. That's what Ali did with his career. That's the legacy of his career. And because you don't want to pay a sanctioning fee, Bud, you're going to join the crew that want to go away from that and go back to the scenario that we were in before Ali turned pro, where the promoter and the manager get to collude against you, where fighters like Archie Moore get $800 while the other gets $80,000. That's what you want, you ignorant son of a gun. You guys don't read the history of boxing, bro. History repeats itself, and that's what they're trying to do. And all of you young idiots, all you useful idiots talking to me every day, the ring scandal, we got a lot of scandals. But the fact of the matter is you don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. You don't. You don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. There's a baby in there. Okay? Don't throw that away. You want to drain the water out. You want to wash the baby, but the baby, we love the baby. There's a lot of really good things about the WBC, the IBF, the WBO, and the WBA. It's created a lot of opportunities for fighters to become champions before there was only one champion. Now we got 1 million, which means what? They give you 1 million opportunities to be champions. Some of your whole claim to fame of your life is all being a WBC champion, being a WBO champion, being a WBA champion. But the first time somebody waves some money in your face, you're going to sell the whole thing down because you're not smart enough to understand that there's ramifications to your actions? Like, I'm serious, bro. That's what you guys are doing. That's the whole picture. Right there, that's the whole picture. I'm not going to get bogged down in conversations about, well, why this, why that, why this, why that, why this, why that, why this, why that. That's all you dudes can do is keep asking why. Well, what happened with the WBC's money here? Why didn't the WBC do this? Why did the WBC do that? Why? You sound like a nag. You sound like a fucking nag. You sound like a nag that is trying to not give people a fair shot. I can point to errors with the UFC. The UFC is currently being investigated for over 100 fixed fights. You don't think that they're going to be fixing fights if it's that easy to fix? Watch this shit. If they're fixing that many fights in the UFC, I wonder why they're fixing the fights. They would probably be, if it's true, and I don't know if it's true that they fixed them, but it would probably be because these guys need extra income. They're either greedy or they're hungry. One of the two. They're either greedy or hungry, or they have no choice but to do it because they got some type of thug. They got some type of thug forcing them to do it. But that type of low pay, that type of shit is going to be ripe for cheating. Pretty much all the revenue related to boxing is going to be with the gambling and with the setup of the infrastructure used to control the boxers. I'm telling you, man, you guys have to see the whole picture. I listened to Max Kellerman talk about people are upset about the changing landscape. Yeah, Max Kellerman, I'm upset about you making more money than all of the fighters, bro, for the fights you cover. Yes. I don't think it's right, Max, that you and Mike Coppinger make more money than the fighters do. Absolutely. I do not think that that's a good thing. Just because your job is to sell this bullshit. No, bro, I don't think that's a good deal. I've already had bro, there are YouTube content creators making more than world champions. You don't think that's on purpose, bro? You don't think that's on purpose? You don't think they're setting up a scenario where all these guys are getting rewarded a tremendous amount of money? The fighters are not getting paid what the fighters say they're getting paid because they wouldn't be fighting so much. I remember when somebody told me that Monster Inoue made $15 million in his fight over there in Japan. If Monster Inoue's made that much money, Monster Inoue would not have fought 4 times this year. That's horseshit. Ain't no way Monster Inoue's making the money you're saying he's making. Because Monster's fighting 4 times a year, bro. Monster's out there those Japanese dudes got Monster out there working like a janitor, bro. Oh, look what they did. All is well, Ja. He said, I hope the Ali Act stands. I think more boxers need to speak up and stand together before it's too. No, they won't. They can't. The boxers can't do it. Hey, what up, Bruce Gas? The boxers can't do it because boxers are uneducated for the most part. I'm just telling you, bro. I think y'all are fucked. Like, seriously. I do. Unless there's just, well, let me put it this way. My inside sources tell me that Turki Al-Sheikh is already, that they're out of money, bro. They don't have the money to pay these fighters, bro. They don't have the money to pay these fighters, bro. They don't have it. They taking baths on Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Baths. DAZN, the owner of DAZN, is taking a bath. He doesn't have money to continue to waste. He doesn't have it. So, and Turki Al-Sheikh doesn't have money to waste anymore. But you guys are going to try to finish it out. I got it. Ring Magazine writers were taking bribes. They take bribes now. Look, bro, Ring Magazine writers don't even have to take bribes now. They're literally getting paid ridiculous amounts of money to tank boxing. Ring Magazine, fuck Ring Magazine. Anyway, it is what it is. That nigga got unlimited funds. What you talking about? Bro, that dude broke as a joke, bro. Did you see that Terrence Crawford card? Can you imagine how much money they lost on that Terrence Crawford card? Hey, man, seriously, can you imagine how much money they lost with that Terrence Crawford card? If they paid $200 million, bro, there is no fucking way they recoup that money. No way. $200 million in just 2 purses. That's a bath, bro. They don't have the money to keep paying. So what they're going to do, they're going to try to shut down everybody, and they're going to try to monopolize the whole thing. They're going to try to not pay any fighters, bro. He got in that gold. He got it in gold, Fanon. Oh, did he? Man, that dude did not listen to me about that gold, bro. Fanon, I don't understand how you win a boxing match and is not willing to pay its sanctioning fees. You just got $50 million. That It's his card, right? Hey, man, I'm telling you, these dudes are losing their shirt, bro. These guys are, I'm telling you, man, these guys are losing money. Like, they are like dumping. Can you imagine how much money they're losing on showbiz? Like, seriously, man, can you imagine how much money they lose on showbiz, the adult? Has got to be, because that nigga has got to be on salary. That's a paid actor right there. All of the shit that they buy, all of the shit that they do to push that guy, and they're not getting any return on investment for that shit. All that bullshit, he's trying to hype up that fucking garbage ass app. Ain't nobody going to that app. That app has to do business. That app had to partner with Amazon Prime, bro. I mean, seriously, how much money you think they losing on Claymore? They losing on Pro Box? How much they're losing on this whole echo chamber that they got up to try to sell their fighters, bro? That's a lot of money that they're spending, man. That's a lot of money that they're spending to make believe that people, it's expensive to make believe that people are famous. Like, think about it, bro. How much you think Bill had to pay for the 8,000 likes he gets on his videos? Bill Haney, don't nobody like that shit, but he got 8,000 or 4,000. Let me say 4,000 because I don't remember the exact number. I saw some shit come through my feed where Bill Haney was talking and he had 8,000 likes or 4,000 likes, bro. Google said Bud got 15 million. Who's lying? Probably Bud. He probably got 15 million and he lied about getting 50. So they were like, oh, nigga, you said you got paid 50. Give me that money. Oh, you know what? He probably got 50 million in crypto. Oh, I forgot. Turkey paying in crypto. I forgot Turkey paying in crypto, bro. That's why the prince was over here. Nah, hey, bro. Nah, that dude thought, hey, I think, he tried to come over and get something done is what he tried to come do. Nah, bro. They thought they could send the big dog. They tried to send the big dog over here, bro, and his ass got sent the fuck back. That's what the fuck happened with your boy. I know that for a fact, bro. They sent your boy over here to try to get your boy to get some shit done. And your boy realized, dog, seriously, man, you can't do nothing either, dog. You got no more motherfucking, they got no more, what do you call it? Fairy princesses. You ain't got no more, ain't no more tooth fairies coming to put coins underneath you dudes' pillows, bro. They have run out of billionaires, dog. Seriously, they have run out of stupid billionaires, dog. For real. These dudes that have been ripping people off in boxing for the last 7-8 years have run out of billionaires to rip off, bro. They've run out of hedge funds. They got no more hedge funds to dip into. Dog, do you remember when these guys were admitting that the money was coming from hedge funds? You remember that? These guys admitted that this money was coming from hedge funds, bro. I bet you money that Turkey Al-Sheikh and that PIF, they're not really responsible for this money, bro. That shit is coming out of people's trust, coming out of people's hedge funds, bro. They said that shit was a hedge fund. Hedge funds. So you got these people's risky gambling, really, really wealthy people's money, bro. And you're losing your fucking shirt and you're running out of billionaires, dog. And you brought your boy Mohammed bin Salam over here to try to see if he could inspire people, make some promises about money he could pay. But, bro, ain't nobody trying to hear that, bro. You guys ain't paying these fighters, man. You guys are ripping these dudes. You guys are paying niggas in crypto, bro. Turkey just to face another promoter, the Saudi Arabian, the promoter that sponsored fight have them. No, they don't. They don't have the money, bro. They've been ripping off Americans, bro. It is my personal opinion, and this is just my personal opinion, that this money that is being invested in boxing is them ripping off Americans. They just have access to somebody's money, and they are using that money in this fashion. That's why the money comes from a hedge fund. Don't you remember when Bud said we got the money? Oh, we got the money. We got the money for the Spence fight. We got the money. Where'd they get the money from? They got the money from a hedge fund. So y'all are playing around with people's hedge funds, playing around with people's trust funds. You're playing around with rich people's money. That's what you're doing. And these rich people have lost so much money, they got to find a way to try to recoup it. So they're going to try to do away with all the boxing in all of the profit from the fighters. They're going to try to put a situation that will allow these guys to recoup the money that they owe to the people who they stole the money from. Let me repeat, because that's what inside sources tell me. Inside sources tell me that certain people got caught putting their hands in certain people's hedge funds and trust funds. And they put their hands in that shit to such a great value. And the people found out who did it, they want their money back. So they have to create some scenario where they can actually become profitable and earn that money back. Because a lot of these guys have been getting paid on stolen money. I'm telling you, Chuck E. Cheese and all of that shit, bro, who the fuck is giving $1,500 away on YouTube? Who's doing that? I know who did it. I know who did it. I know who has access to the trust fund. I know who has access to the hedge funds. I know. And you niggas do not have, you exactly, it's a pyramid scheme coming out of a very wealthy person's hedge fund. There is a certain person that is incredibly wealthy, way more wealthy than Mohammed bin Salman, way more wealthy than the people that you think are always the wealthiest people in the world. No, there's some people that have more money than Elon Musk. They've got more money because they have a conglomerate of money. And these people had access to it, and they got cute and started stealing it, and they used boxing to fix. And how did they fix it? They took the money, they gambled the money on fixed pool games, on fixed poker games, fixed dice games. They're gambling money and paying people to fix baseball games, fix football games, fix basketball games, fix boxing games. Why? Because they are stealing this money, and then they're fixing the money to try to grow their money, hoping that they can put the money back after they steal the money, then they gamble with the stolen money, and then they try to take the proceeds from the illegal gambling and put it back where they got the money from. Therefore, stealing all the profit from the people whose money they stole. Let me repeat that for the people that are in the know that are listening. What you guys are doing is you are stealing money from a very large hedge fund / trust fund. Then you are taking that money you're stealing, using it to fix gambling, to fix poker games, fix basketball games, fix football games, fix soccer games, and then you gamble on that with the money you stole. Since the gambling is not really gambling because you're fixing it, you know that you're going to win. So they win the money. So say they stole $100 million, and then they earned $100 million from gambling that $100 million. They then take the proceeds, which could be $200 million. They keep the $200 million, and then they put the $100 million back in the hedge fund and act like nothing happened. Because where are they getting the money to do this gambling from? Yeah, they're already getting locked up. That's what all these RICOs are. All the RICOs are is them tracking the money from the hedge fund to you. That's what you do. That's what you've been doing. And you've been acting like it's Lynn Blavatnik. Oh, we've got money. We've got unlimited funds. Claim on ring, dumbass, talking about unlimited funds. Dude, PIF has already said that they're not investing in boxing anymore. But y'all are acting like y'all got unlimited funds. I know where those unlimited funds are, bro. And that's what you do. You take the money out of there. You take the money out of there with guys like, I'm going to use him as an example, right? I'm going to use this guy as an example. I'm not saying it's him, okay? I'm being very clear. I'm not saying it's him. But let's use Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett takes the money out of the hedge fund because he has the ability to invest that money in that hedge fund. He takes the money out of the hedge fund, gives it to you. You use it on illegal gambling. You take the fucking proceeds, keep the proceeds, cut him in, then put the rest back. Because he has access to the money. Because that's all Warren Buffett does is move money around. That's all your investment guys are. People using other people's money, moving people's money around like a shell game. Yeah, bro, we know what's up. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I don't believe in fairy tales. I'm sorry, bro. From the time I was a little kid, when I saw those presents on the tree, I never believed that was Santa Claus. I never believed the white man was coming down our chimney to put those presents on that table. My father bought those presents, or my mother bought those presents. You guys believe that there's some fairy godfather out in Saudi Arabia holding hands with everybody, and that's where all the money's coming from. The money's not coming from the United States. The money is not coming from people that you're conning, very wealthy people that you're conning out of their money because they've been giving you control over their money. Why are you hanging out with investment bankers? What has Warren Buffett got to do with this? You see what I mean? I can see this scam, homie. We see the scam. You guys have to pay this money back. And I know that's where you are. You have to act. He said, I found the gifts in the closet. That was it. He said, I found the gifts in the closet. That was it for me. Like, I don't believe your fairy tales, bro. Like, I'm telling you, just my mind, I don't believe in angel investors, Saudi Arabian investors. I don't believe in that shit. What I believe is that there's a bunch of fucking crooks in New York City getting over on people's money, buying houses, buying all kind of shit and using it as tax shelters. I think you're playing that fucking game. Yes, I do. And that's why you got Paramount bailed out. And that's why they bailed out the UFC. They bailed out the UFC because y'all got to pay that money back. The UFC lost. When have you ever heard of somebody losing a contract because their ratings were terrible, but they get picked up and put on Paramount Plus? You're getting put back on Paramount Plus because you better earn that money and pay that money back. You guys owe people a lot of money. Yes, you do. Because you have been taking their money. This is what I understand. That there's some unknown people who I will not say that take money out of these accounts, invest in these other areas. Those are fake investments. They're really just fucking shells for illegal gambling. And then you take the money back. Because doesn't everybody know that most of the money in the United States is underground? Did you realize that? That the United States of America's economy would fall apart without crime. It would fall apart without crime. Organized crime or otherwise. That's where most of the money is. Without that, shit would fall apart. A lot gambling, that's why they over time tried to move gambling to officiate gambling and make that official. To move alcohol, move that in there, but it's still controlled by the same people. Carbon cash, but then again, Saudis, man, fuck the Saudis, bro. I don't believe them. Bro, I don't believe the Saudis, bro. This shit doesn't make sense. I'm telling you, it's like it doesn't make sense. And plus, you got to understand, they lie about every fucking thing, bro. They literally lie about everything, bro. These guys don't have any, they don't tell the truth about anything. You literally got guys like, and I'm going to continue to use Claymore Rain because Claymore Rain is about the biggest fake I've ever seen. Like, he is a perfect example of the fraud I'm talking about. This guy comes on my channel, right? Driving a box truck, acting like he's, oh yeah, it's all cool. I'm driving the truck, sitting there for out. Dude was sitting in a box truck for like 40 minutes, bro. I had to like politely kick him off. Like, dog, that's about enough, Claymore. I've talked to you about like 1,000 times this week. That's enough. I'm sick of talking to you. Right? So this nigga jumps on there on a box truck and becomes my unofficial. He self-announces himself as like my official co-host. Then what does he wind up doing? He goes and winds up being a media shill. That's all he ever was a media shill. He wasn't really driving a box truck. He wasn't really some guy, you know what I mean? He wasn't really somebody that was just organically getting into boxing. No, he's a guy that wanted to be an influencer. He wants to be an influencer, got in with a network of influencers, and this network of influencers created him. But he introduced himself through me, right? So, dude, you can't, I'm telling you, don't believe, ain't no fucking way Showbiz the Adult is anything but a paid actor. That is a paid actor. That is not somebody that owns his own channel doing it. That's what I see. That is a guy that is a paid employee of DAZN that tries to pawn himself off as an everyday normal guy, right? But then what winds up happening? You see how it plays out, and he's literally on DAZN in the ring with David Benavidez on camera, right? That's just, the reason he got there and Claymore Rain didn't get there is because Claymore Rain isn't as goofy as that nigga is. But still, it's just as made up. It's just as made up. It is what it is, though, bro. Yo, my grandmama told me a little kid have the love of the underworld without nothing happens. He said, what? My mother told me since a little kid, have love for the underworld. Without that, nothing happens. I'm telling you, bro, these people are, I don't believe it. I'm going to say this again, bro. I don't believe your story about Turki Al-Sheikh funding these fights. I don't believe your fucking story about TKO. I don't believe it. I remember when he used to cook him every morning and then he will go and get talking points, come back and get recooked. What T.Y. said, I remember when you would cook Claymore Rain every morning, then he will go to Blue Blood, get talking points, come back and get recooked. Man, dude, let me tell you something, man. I will fricassee these niggas so easily. He said, it's so ridiculous, I can't help but laugh at it. I mean, it's so funny. You can't believe these people, man. Like, for real, you can't believe nothing about them. It's like you got to turn off your phone to get reality. And that's for real. Oh, come on, man. Please don't be late one more time. I'm trying to get this little nigga to be on time with things. Dog, he missed every time, bro. No, he didn't. He did it. He just didn't notify me. He did notify me. Cool. That's my dude. Thank you, Jig. That's my dude. I'm just trying to get on time. I don't believe Turki is paying all of that money. Nah, they're not, bro. Seriously, they're acting too crazy for that to be true. He said, hey, in Deontay Wilder's world today, shots fired. No, bro, Blue Blood's not real, bro. That dude is, my God, bro, that's the fakest nigga I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like, man, you guys are just media. These guys want to be media. They are media personalities, bro. They're not real, authentic people, dog. It's like talking to somebody that's fucking plastic, bro. I'm just saying, it's like, I know that Turki Al-Sheikh is a real person, but no, I don't believe, I believe he's just a spokesman. He's just the person they're trying to put on top of the same thing that they've been trying to do. They're trying to globalize the U.S. boxing. They're trying to globalize our money. It just comes to that. They're trying to remove money from these people's accounts and give it to themselves. And they figured that boxing was a good way to do it. That's the way that's what I think transpired. I think that they realized that they were trying to steal money in other ways. And then over the last couple of years, they realized that boxing was a very good way to wash money. Boxing was a very good way, as long as you could fix the fights, it was a great way to take that money out of those hedge funds, call it an investment, but really gamble on a fight that's fixed. Everybody knows the outcome of the fight, what the fight's going to be, and everybody makes their money. And it's kind of like it's just a way to make money. It's like you're investing in fraud. You know what I mean? That's what I'm telling you. They're investing in fraud. That's what it feels like to me. My personal opinion is that they're investing in fraud. They're taking the money because they can't turn profits and all that shit the way they want to. So they fucking do it in gambling. They do it in gambling. These guys are trying to convince you to gamble $30,000 on fights they already know the outcome of. And then these people be knowing the outcome of the fights, knowing that the judges' scorecards are right, but they try to make it act like, oh, this is so crazy. Why could this fight ever go for this person? They're leading you this way while they're pointing that way. That's what I think it is, man. Hey, what up, Phenomenal? Said color in the chat. Turki isn't even a figurehead for that TKO BS anymore. I don't think people realize that. He has to take a back seat, bro. Because he ain't got no money. Because he doesn't have no money. 11-11, yes, sir. Because he ain't got no money. That's what that is. Thank you for that color in the chat, bro. Appreciate you, man. Man, we be grinding every day, bro. Oh, let me do something. Let me see if I got a response so I know not to get this response later. Yeah, she can respond. To this day, To this day. What's good, Don Ballin? Yeah, y'all are frauds, bro. I'm telling you, that's what I think it is. You should have written a book about this shit enough to give you chills. Look, man. All right, man. I'm telling you, I know who's taking this money. They know I know. Watch this shit. I know, they know I know, and they know I know they know I know. So that is why these people have been so mad with me for so long. Because they followed me into boxing. And they tried to take advantage of me in boxing the same way they tried to take advantage of me outside of boxing. It's that simple, bro. As soon as I pop my ass up into boxing, all of a sudden it's $1 trillion paydays. Do you remember when, seriously, bro, do you remember when Blue Blood said that Turki Al-Sheikh had trillions of dollars for boxing? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember when Blue Blood Sports TV said that Turki Al-Sheikh had $1 trillion he could put into boxing. Why would he say that? Why would he say that? Why would he say that? You know why? Because it became known that other people had more money than they did. Because they found out that the money that they had was not enough money. They can't fuck with us with the money. So he said that shit about them having trillions. Because guess what? We have trillions. That's the type of money when you're dealing with big international transactions, when you're dealing with whole industries. Bro, our people have that, bro. And I told you guys that before Blue Blood said it. So Blue Blood said it so that people that knew that it was the truth, because you guys know it's the fucking truth. There are people that will tell you that that is absolutely the truth. He knows it's the truth. So he had to lie so that these people could be more significant than us. Because that's who they're stealing the money from. They are stealing the money from us. That's why we suck these people on all these RICOs. That's why they're sniffing everything out, because you guys were stealing money from us. You were taking money out of our hedge funds. You're taking money out of our trust funds. That's whose money it is. Because you found people that had the ability to invest and were controlling the investments of money. You started working with hedge fund managers and convinced them that a boxing event was an investment. So we want to take this money and invest it in boxing. But you didn't just invest it in boxing. You also invested in fixing fights so that you could get paid off the fixed fights, which is why we're going backwards. You guys got all kind of RICOs on you. Chauncey Billups got charged. Rozier got charged. Big U got charged. All Big U's son got blocked up. All you guys got done. And it all traces back to Terrence Crawford talking about the hedge fund and them saying all money ain't good money. Isn't that what the PBC fighters said about Turki Al-Sheikh's money? All money ain't good money. And you know why they say all money ain't good money? Because if you're stealing that money from very powerful people, they're going to want their money back when they find out that you were playing around with it. And I'm telling you, I have already told, and the people already know, that the people that used to be able to control those funds no longer have access to those funds. And not only that, they're going through all of their transactions, all of their work, and they're going to track every real investment and find out where it went. Because you guys think rich people are stupid. Just because they have so much money that they can afford to put it in an account and never touch it, that doesn't mean you guys get to go touch it. Just because somebody is so rich that they can have funds that are just sitting there earning money for eternity and not taking money out of it, not doing anything with it. It's just earning money. That does not give you the right to stick your grubby fucking fingers in there and start using it to manipulate and fuck everybody over. And I'm telling you, that's what happened. And that's why I was able to predict these RICOs. Because I already know I know whose money it is. I know whose money it is. And there are people who are richer than Elon Musk, who are richer than Jeff Bezos, who are richer than those guys that you see put, just because their name's on Fortune does not mean that there are not people that have more assets under their control. Especially money in trusts that never get spent. Because there are people with trusts so big that they live their whole life just off the income of one of their trusts and never touch the rest of it. But the funny thing is, you guys want to play a shell game and hide people's money from them. You want to move somebody's money over here, move their money over here, move their money over here. And you guys started playing around with it and gambling with it. Now there's a lot of investors that are investment people that are not around anymore. So yeah, I'll bust the whole bubble out on you. These guys are not real. These guys are getting paid out of that same trust. That same trust, that same money, this is my opinion. The same hedge fund, the same investments are the same ones paying these guys on YouTube. Those same hedge funds are the same ones paying for all these views you guys are buying. They're paying your salaries. They're paying for your trips to go here and there. They're paying for your influence to get those interviews. And there's a whole ecosystem going off of that money right there that you guys think you guys are going to spend and will never end. They have so much money that Claymore Rain can quit a full-time job and sit over there with 3 people on his live stream and feel like it's a profitable endeavor for him. No, you took a lot of money. You took a lot of money out of trust funds and hedge funds and misappropriated it. And you continue to misappropriate it. Yeah, you do. Them people you talking about are very powerful with those unnamed rich and no one knows who they are. Be careful talking on them. No, I'll talk on them because I'm fuck out of here. How the fuck you think I'm talking about? Use your brain. Why would I be talking about them? Why would I know who they are? Why can I say I know this stuff? Why would I know the stuff? I don't give a shit. They ain't doing nothing to me. You know why? Because I'm the one that told them they were stealing the money. That's why. They're very happy with me because I was the one that told them that they're stealing your money out of a fucking hedge fund. Hey, man, they're stealing money out of a hedge fund. And I know they were because Terrence Crawford actually, do I have a brain? Yeah, I got a brain, bro. I got a brain enough to get rid of you. Terrence Crawford talked about the fight between Errol Spence being paid for by a hedge fund. Then miraculously, Terrence Crawford got money from a hedge fund to fight David Abination. And then after that, magically, Turkey Al-Sheikh shows up with $1 trillion for everybody. What do you think? You think those are coincidences? Terrence Crawford started off, he said, I got a trust fund. It can pay me $20 million, $20 million for you, $20 million for you. They got a hedge fund to give $40 million out of a hedge fund. $40 million out of a hedge fund. He said he had $40 million out of a hedge fund. He didn't say $40 million from Turkey Al-Sheikh. That $10 million that he said that he got for David Abination on BLK Prime, that came from a hedge fund. BLK Prime and Desmond Grums are employed by a hedge fund. A hedge fund. They got their money from a hedge fund. I know they did. And I didn't forget that they got the money from the hedge fund. The only question is, who's got enough money where they're not going to remember $40 million coming up missing out of a hedge fund? Bro, go back to the beginning of the video. Bro, fuck you, bro. You're not doing nothing to me. You know they say people from Chicago, fuck you niggas. What are you talking about? Do something to me. Let me say this very, very politely. If you got something to say about what I said in this video, you can be the rich person I'm talking about. You can be the thief I'm talking about. Do something. I'm not crazy. Well, I am. But you're not going to touch me. You know full well you're not. You nothing but another little bot that comes in here trying to get people off topic. I'm not nervous at all. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. I believe you're stealing this money out of hedge funds and out of trust funds. And I believe I know whose trust fund it is. I know whose trust fund it is. It's the same trust fund I talked to you about earlier. It's the same one that you guys get access to. Managing, because you get to manage the resources. And you're managing the resources in ways that is called embezzlement. It's called embezzlement. What you're doing to these trust funds and what you're doing to these hedge funds is you're embezzling money from these hedge funds, embezzling it, and then gambling with it on fixed fights. And then you're trying to put the money back so that they don't know it happened. That's what you've been doing because you guys have money at your disposal. And you start acting like the money at your disposal is actually your money. It's not your money. You're just handling the money. But over time, people handle the money. They handle the money. They handle the money. They start thinking the money belongs to them. No, the money belongs to the people that you're handling the money for. You're just a handler of the money because they don't have enough time to handle it. But you have a fiduciary duty to protect this guy. Bro, I don't even know what you're talking about, so I got to let you go, bro. Bro, I'm not worried about, if you said this, you can be worried. I don't have to worry about any of these people, bro. They can't do, not only can they not do anything to me, I'll spin them around in a circle and drop them off something. Bro, I am, let me put it this way. Terrence Crawford's attorney said to me when I talked to him that I act like I have complete immunity. Let me repeat this. When I talked to the lawyer that said he represented Terrence Crawford, he told me that he thought that I had absolute immunity. I took that as a threat because that lawyer knows full well that that's not the term. That doesn't have anything with defamation of character. I have an absolute right to express the truth. But I have absolute immunity from punks. Let me tell you, bro, you're not going to touch me. And if I want to touch you, bro, it's not that hard to get done, bro. Trust me. But you're not going to put your hands in that pocketbook no more. I bet you these guys ain't putting their hand in that pocketbook no more. I know I didn't see the rehab season on that fight with Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. I bet you guys are going to stop getting in the middle of fights, bro. I bet you guys are going to stop cheating. I bet you're going to stop running those illegal gambling rings. I bet you that. I bet you're not going to do that no more. I bet you're not going to talk about trust funds anymore or hedge funds that you're getting your money out of because you know people that have the ability to manage the money and they think they're kings and queens because they've been over the money for so long that they treat the money like it's theirs. That's not Warren Buffett's money. That's not Warren Buffett's money. I don't care whether or not it's not John Rogers' money. And I'll start naming names. That's not John Rogers' money. How you doing, John Rogers? Oh, you didn't think I'd hit you upside the head, John Rogers? How you doing, John Rogers? How you doing, bro? You still investing fast and slow? What's up, John Rogers? How you doing, man? You got any hedge funds under your management, John Rogers? Any money you think I don't know that you spending, John Rogers, that I don't know you spending, John Rogers? See, I can even tell you the name of the guy that I suspect. I'm telling you, I can even tell you the guy that I suspect. I don't know. But I suspect him very, very highly of being involved with this. You know why? Because he is perfectly positioned to be the one to do it. Yes, he is. He's in Chicago. He's cool with Rahm. He's cool with Ari. He's cool with Trump. His what was your mother? She was the Secretary of Treasury, wasn't she? At a point in time under the Republicans? Yeah. Ooh, I think I got a dehydration going on here. My head cramped up. Sorry about that. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, I just wanted to land something close to home. I just wanted to land something close to home. Because these guys think I don't know who you are, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, I have a very good memory. And I remember everything, John. John Rogers, I remember everything, bro. So there's not any chance. Yeah, R.I.P. John Bowie. No, I'm talking about this guy, John Rogers. Rest in peace, John Bowie, though, for real. Nah, I just be thinking about all these snakes, bro. These snakes that have been around me for years. And the deals these guys cut all around me, bro. You know? Man. Hey, is anybody over 56? Man, I just be getting random cramps and just getting old, bro. R.I.P. Batman. Yeah, man. Sugar Ray Patterson. Hey, man, I never thought about Ray Patterson, man. I never thought of that. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. No, my hand cramped up on me, man. My eyes woke up with my eyes bloodshot today. My hand cramped. Low magnesium. Oh, okay, yeah. Now, you know what it is, I think? When I sit for an hour and a half, no, man, my hand feels funny, bro. Nah, it's because I said something bad about John Rogers. Man, these guys used to hate, man. These dudes wanted to battle in Chicago, bro. Circulation, yeah, I've been sitting in the same spot. He said, I'm 57, you got to drink a lot of water. He said, yeah, Martin, after 50 years, you can go to bed just fine and wake up with an injury or soreness. Yeah, man, like, God damn. Like, I'm also on my, like, 4th cup of coffee, so I'm probably dehydrated. My problem is I drink a lot of coffee, and then the coffee actually dehydrates you. Yeah. All right. That feels better. What up, man? Mass TV in the building. What's going on, man? Anyway, man, it's just really funny, bro. Yeah, that's me sitting like this. Yeah, it's just real funny business, bro. I don't believe turkey a la chic. Coffee's bad for the kidneys. Okay. Coffee depletes magnesium. That makes certain sense. I got magnesium supplements. I'm going to take a couple magnesium supplements and chill out on this coffee, man. Coffee is bad for kidneys. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Once I get off of here, I'm going to go get my, I'll take my magnesium. I usually take magnesium in the morning, but sometimes I forget to take my magnesium. My cannabis dehydrated me. Yeah. When you start getting cramps in your hand. Yeah. It just does not moving right, bro. Hey, he said, hey, Martin, you got to listen to more Tupac and leave that Notorious B.I.G. alone. It causes aches and pains. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I fuck with Tupac, bro. Man, I now forgive Tupac, bro. I'm now a Tupac fan, bro. I appreciate Tupac's talent. I appreciate what Tupac did, bro. I really did. I don't think I'm ever gonna diss Tupac again, bro. 400 milligrams of magnesium a day, you'll be fine. Yeah, okay, I got like 100 milligram tablets of it. Yeah, nigga, I don't want to have to go to the hospital for this shit. Like, that sea moss is superpower, man. Black seed oil, real live Chicos. I promise. I know what it is. When the pain stops, you might be dead. Yeah, no, but I'm saying it's like I woke up with bloodshot eyes this morning. I know that's dehydration. Trust in me. Yeah, I gotta hydrate today. Salute everybody. Hey, what's up? What is this? Legally Grando. What up, man? Yeah. Yeah, I got man. Martin, look, if you are drinking crazy amounts of coffee, stop. But a cup of a day ain't gonna kill you. I can get away with one. I drink 2 to 3 cups, but I don't really need it, man. I'm gonna go down to none, bro. But yeah, I'll chill out on that. I'll chill out on the coffee, man, because coffee keeps me from being depressed, man. Like, when I get sad, I drink coffee. Coffee gets me up from being sad, you know? And honestly, man, they go, hey, what's up, Sam Granderson? Oh, okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I said, this Sam Granderson. It changed my name. Okay, what's up, Sam? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother. Mushroom coffee doesn't have... It's nothing more important. We swallow than water. It's our best friend. Yeah, I'm going to drink a lot of water today. Wow, I haven't drank anything since 2001. No coffee, no booze, no juice, no soda, just H2O. I drink just H2O. My problem is coffee, booze. I don't drink juice. I don't drink soda. I don't drink juice. I don't drink soda. The only thing I really do drink is coffee, water, and some liquor. That's it. But I'm going off of some shit. I'm getting up off liquor for like years in a minute. Right now, I'm just dealing with so much bullshit, man. Like, you have to understand, bro. Like, my life is really complicated, dog. Like shit is so complicated, dog. It's hard to believe that it's real sometimes, you know? But I do want to let you know, bro, that what I do know is real. Yeah, that feels better. Ooh, feels better. Yeah, I don't drink soda, bro. I don't drink soda. That's not a problem of mine. I don't drink soda. I don't need a lot of sugar. But I've been dealing with this. My dad's death and my sister set me up. Like, it's crazy, bro. I got set up by my sister, bro. Like, man, it was just like, dude, like, so yeah, I've been drinking more than I should. Mine too, facts, complicated. I mean, seriously, bro, it's been so like, it's been so fucked up, bro. Like, seriously, man. Just got set up to be a bad guy for no fucking reason, bro. Grief is a killer too, bro. Man, honestly, man, I got to tell you, bro. I always say, yeah, liquor most definitely depletes magnesium. I'm going to go take my magnesium when I get in there, but that's probably it. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. All right, I took my magnesium. I just took my magnesium. Yeah, and I got 500 milligrams of magnesium. So I take that one 500 milligram tab of magnesium in the morning. Yep, I will buy the water with electrolytes already in it. Yeah, man, I got a clean bill of health at the doctor's last time. I got all my blood work done maybe 2 months ago, and everything was cool, bro. Money is the root to family problems. No, bro, I got some worse shit. Nah, bro, like for real. Like seriously, seriously, I got weird shit. Super, super weird shit, bro. You know? Stay strong, brother. I'm the black sheep in my family. I feel you. Man, look, there's just somebody in my family that just wants to be the center of attention no matter what. Like God, dog, like somebody that just always has to be the center of attention and will go to extreme lengths to be the center of attention. And I just get so sick of the shit that I just leave, man. You know, but I'm not the black sheep of the family, bro. I'm really not that. Just, oh my God, narcissistic. Narcissistic is the understatement of the fucking century. Woo, God, dog. Just beyond narcissistic. They'll burn you out if you let them. Yeah, man. Ruin your day, man. They said, Martin, thanks for reminding me of taking my magnesium. Yeah, hey, thank you, Arena. Yeah, I just took mine. My hand feels better. It feels better now that I drank this water. That's dehydration. You know, but look, man, let's say eat a piece of fruit every day. Yeah, I should do that. You know what I do? I eat blueberries, and I eat blueberries and pecans. Blueberries and pecans are what I like, bro. I'm heavy breathing as a type, getting it in. Oh, that's what's up. You getting it in? Yeah, I need to exercise a little bit more. I'm going to go hit some golf balls today, though. But look, man, I'm going to get up out of here. Thank y'all so much for your support today. It really makes a difference. Appreciate you to the 2 people that supported in the super chat. My guy, Rich, in the building, and my guy, Phenomenal Noob. I understand y'all can't support every day, so trust me, bro. My parents passed 90 days apart, and all hell broke loose. Oh, my God, man. Let me tell you something, man. I am going. Oh, somebody supported in the Cash App, bro. Thank you so much, bro. I didn't see this. Hey, Mike, who's this? K. Gill, bro. Kendall Gill. Shout out to Kendall Gill, bro. What is this? You have to watch out, Fanon. Terrence watching, poking you with that needle in your hand. He got you, voodoo doll. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, hit me with the voodoo doll. Nah, that was John Rogers with his boo-boo teeth. Hey, bro, look, man. There's this dude named John. No joke, bro. Remember when I told y'all boo-boo magic? Like, there's something called boo-boo magic? Remember, seriously, man, there's something called boo-boo magic, bro. I think of it as boo-boo magic, bro. There's this guy, bro, who's, God, dog, he doesn't look like he brushed his teeth. This dude looks like he didn't brush his teeth in the last 5 years, bro. I swear, bro. He looked like the one time I saw him, it looked like his gums were just coated with black. Like God, dog, bro. Yeah, I do need some coke. I feel better now. I've been hydrating. I'm going to hydrate today. Anyway, let me get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Everybody in the super chat. Thank y'all for let me get the Cash App. I'm sorry. I'm bugging. Somebody did support in the Cash App. Have you tried sea moss with the $5 holler? Yes, I have tried sea moss. It's great for appetite suppressing. It's a great appetite suppressant. Thank you, brother. Yes, sir. Anyway, let me get up out of here, man. Y'all have a wonderful day. And with that, I'm bouncing out of here. Deuces.